I would like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Vipul Chawda, sir. He is going to speak on exercise in diabetes. Does one size fit all? Sir is a diabetologist and a cardiometabolic physician. He has done PG diploma in diabetes from Europe and also from RSSDI. He is the chairman and and founder of Rudraksha Institute of Medical Sciences and diabetologist at RIMS Healthcare Rudraksha Hospital, Maninagar, which is in Ahmedabad. He is the district coordinator of Ahmedabad RSSDI. He is the national and regional faculty for education of many healthcare physicians and principal investigators for numerous styles. And he is also author to national index publications and chapters. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Kaumedi, for kind introduction. We have a very good speakers today before me, after me, so I am feeling a bit nervous to give our talk. Saurabh sir very rightly said, caregivers should be educated properly, because if it is not given properly, then everything will be breakdown. Again, sir miss something about exercise, that we have to train all our caregivers to explain about exercise, because if we consider our diabetic management as a holistic approach, exercise would be one of the most important part of that. So, offset my heartfelt thanks to my teacher mentor Dr. Bansi Sabu sir, Dr. Vasant Kumar sir, and Sanjay Agrawal sir. ADA itself has said that diabetic management required a structured and proper plan for exercise or physical activity for all our diabetic patients. We start our diabetic management with diet, exercise, oral therapy, then we up titrate up to insulin. We say that diet, exercise, medication, and follow up and monitoring are one of the important pillars of diabetes, but we forget to tell them what exercise they should do. Now it is an era where everything is customized. Your Facebook, your Netflix, your Amazon Prime also follows you, that what you like, what you can do, they will serve you accordingly. So exercise should also be served according to the patient profile. What happens if we don't do exercise? We are at higher risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, overweight, and type 2 diabetes. Now, what kind of exercise we should do? Now, in the era of gym, every crossroad there are one gym. There are so many trainers, but they are not properly educated about physiology, about the anatomy, and they are just encouraging muscle building rather than a proper healthy lifestyle. So we should teach our patient that exercise should be aerobic, anaerobic, that is strength building exercise, and there should be flexibility increasing exercise. So does one side fit all? So answer is obviously no. We all are different and we all need a different exercise protocol for including all of us and our patients too. So physical activity intensivity we should consider in MAT. Now what is MAT? MAT is a metabolic expenditure of a person. It is a ratio of working metabolic rate relative to your resting metabolic rate. Usually our patient says they walk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1.5 hours, but walking will not increase your MAT. To do something, you have to do some exercise that will increase your MAT. Like light exercise will increase your MAT less than 3, moderate will 3 to 6, and vigorous will above 6 MATs. So we can grade exercise when we expenditure is more than 3 to 6. We should have brisk walking, recreational swimming, volleyball, slow aerobic, moderate cycling, gardening, tennis double, badminton, etc. And if we want to suggest a vigorous exercise that include jogging, running, tennis single is a more vigorous than tennis double, basketball, rope skipping, squash, fast aerobic, fast cycling, stepping, soccer, etc. So what is the amount of physical activity that promotes health? Most of the guidelines say that we should burn 1,000 kilocalories per week. And for that, what we have to suggest is a moderate intensity exercise where there is a energy expenditure up to 3 to 6 MAT, and that is up to 30 minutes per day for 5 days a week, or minimum 150 minutes per week. But can exercise prevent diabetes? $1 million question. do we have any evidence that says that exercise can prevent or can regress diabetes? So these are some studies that were done in pre-diabetic patient or having some impaired glucose tolerance. And these were studies were conducted for more than 5 years, and they said that moderate physical activity performed regularly for 120 to 200 minutes per week reduces the incidence of diabetes in patients who are predisposed to diabetes. So the answer is yes, exercise can prevent and also remit the diabetes. Now, for type 1 diabetes, very simple. We are making type 1 diabetic management very simple. We have Dr. Dhruvi, Dr. Saurabh sir, and all who are very much passionate for type 1 diabetes. And we should improve physical fitness for type 1 diabetes by promoting exercise, because exercise will also increase their self confidence. It has no direct effect on blood glucose control, but proper timing of exercise and insulin is very necessary, especially in type 1 diabetic. For type 2 diabetic, it improves physical fitness, reduces fat percent of the body, it increases self-confidence, it improves glucose metabolism and increase glucose control. By improving insulin sensitivity, improves CV function and CHD risk profile of the patient. It also increases the GLUT4 receptor transporter. So now how we can provide exercise prescription to all our diabetic patients? So we should start very gradually for 30 minutes and then up titrate up to 60 minutes per day. We should plan of heart rate during activity gradually increase to reach up to 60 to 70% of the heart rate maximum. Exercise sessions should include 5 to 10 minutes of warm up. That is very important, and at the end of the exercise there should be 5 minutes of cool down. Exercise must involve most major muscle in the both upper and lower part of the body of all the patient. Now exercise must be very regular, because if you don't do exercise regularly, you won't get any benefit for long term. Moderate intensity weight training exercise is recommended to maintain muscle strength. Up to 8 to 12 repetition at least 2 times per week should be done. For patients who have a foot problem, they should avoid running and alternate between walking, swimming and cycling they can perform. Now use proper shoes. That is very important to explain our patient, because most of the diabetic patient have some peripheral neuropathy, and if they don't use a proper footwear, there may be a chance of ulceration, and on later on there can be a diabetic foot. Their footwear should be having a silica gel or air filled shoes, and always keep their feet dry. That we should explain them. When patient is using insulin, they should be explained that if the sugar is less than 100, they should not do exercise. Do not inject insulin in that part of the body where they are going to do exercise and that day. Like if they are going the legs today, they should not inject insulin on the lower part of the body. And avoid dehydration, particularly during exercise session, and take good amount of liquid. Now graded exercise testing for diabetic patient, we should keep in mind the duration of diabetes, age of the patient, comorbidity, and whether there is any peripheral vascular disease or not before prescribing any exercise schedule for our patient. Let's see some exercise prescription for special cases. Like peripheral neuropathy, patient may have loss of sensation of the foot, they can get ulcer or fracture, so prolonged walking, jogging and step exercise should be avoided. Alternatively, they can do swimming, bicycling, arm exercise and chair exercise. Use of proper shoes and always monitor the feet to prevent any ulceration. In peripheral autonomic neuropathy, there can be a tachycardia or bradycardia, and patient may be unaware of the hypertension as well as hypotension, so they should be prescribed proper exercise schedule. What they should not do, they should not do treadmill, prolonged walking, jogging and step exercise. What they should do, non-weight bearing activities like swimming, cycling, chair and arm exercise. When patient is having diabetic nephropathy, they should not do high intensity forms of exercise, but they can do low to moderate intensity form of exercise. Patient with diabetic retinopathy, again strenuous exercise should be avoided and light activity should be carried out by them. Again, there is always the risk of hypoglycemia when patient is taking insulin or some insulin secretagogue kind of treatment. whether patient skip a meal before exercise, that should be very muchly taken care. Exercise for a long time can cause hypoglycemia, and very strenuous exercise schedule can also cause hypoglycemia. We all are aware how to diagnose and how to treat hypoglycemia, but we must be taking care that it should not again occur again and again. For that, we should educate the patient to take a snack before exercise or adjust the medication dose according to the schedule of exercise. Remember, patient should always carry a source of carbohydrate with him or her before going to exercise schedule. But there is one exercise I would suggest that everybody can do and everybody would enjoy, and that is Savasana. So with that, I thank you all. This is the very wonderful physical come hybrid RSSDI 2021. Me and Dr. Dhruvi at Rudraksh Institute of Medical Science. It is the same city where we are today. We welcome you all to visit our center. Thank you.